Welcome back to another video, another transfer video for Manchester United. Now, there hasn't been too much in the way of Manchester United transfer talk this last few days, which has been the reason why I've been a bit quiet on the video front for Manchester United, because to be honest, a lot of it has been the same stuff going around talking, and pretty much everything from each paper you're looking through and each journalist is talking about the same transfer saga over and over again, and that is the Jadon Sancho transfer. But in the last couple of days it has been a little bit different, because we have seen that Sergio Ramos it's been confirmed by Real Madrid that Sergio Ramos is leaving Real Madrid. Does that change anything in terms of Manchester United's strategy for the summer transfer window? I'm not sure, I don't know, but it has meant that Manchester United haven't been linked really too much with Sergio Ramos. It does seem that Manchester United are not in for him this time around, and to me it looks like he's going to go to PSG. So could that mean that Manchester United might be looking at a certain French centre-back option, which has come a bit more at the forefront the last couple of days? And it has come out today that Real Madrid would be willing to sell him for around 50 million. Now, if that is actually true, because a couple of days ago it was seen that about 70 million, and if that is true, then that would be quite a good deal for Manchester United if we are looking at bringing Varane into Manchester United. Now, he's definitely a lot better centre-back than what Manchester United have got. I know a lot of people are concerned on last season that he didn't have the best of seasons, but you've only got to fucking look at what the geezer's won at Real Madrid. He's won fucking everything there, pretty much. I think he's won a couple of, is it 2 or 3 league titles, I'm not too sure, 4 Champions Leagues, I think, Super Cups, probably Copa del Rey, World Club Cups, and the fucking World Cup as well. And who knows whether he's going to win the Euros this summer, but he's won pretty much everything in the game. Yes, Real Madrid have had a star-studded squad. Yes, he's played alongside Sergio Ramos and Marcelo and Cristiano Ronaldo and Toni Kroos and Benzema and all these great superstars at Real Madrid, which does help that. But he is definitely levels above what Manchester United have got. He's better than Lindelof, he's better than Eric Bay, and he's better than Tuanzebe, and better for me than Harry Maguire. But Harry Maguire has grown into Manchester United's first choice centre-back last season, and this is an area that Manchester United do definitely need to strengthen in. We know that, and it is positive Manchester United can get a deal over the line, but I'm not getting my hopes up too high for this transfer for Manchester United, because we've seen the Sergio Ramos one in the past where Manchester United went for him, and it was talks that he could potentially come to Manchester United a few years ago, and I was excited about that, because he's I think that Sergio Ramos was a world-class player. Whether he was the best out-and-out actual defender, I'm not too sure, but he was a world-class player. And when Manchester United were linked with him a few years ago, I was excited about Manchester United potentially signing him. But I'm not getting my hopes up too high, because that fell through. And whereas I'm still a bit cagey, because Real Madrid are letting Sergio Ramos lead this summer. Would they let Raphael Varane leave as well in the same summer? Because that would leave their defence in tatters for me, because their 2 main centre backs going would be a shit for them. They've got problems in their team as much as it is as well, and I think that if normally Real Madrid are the ones that say, look, your time's up at Real Madrid, you're the man that's going. Pretty much when they've got the best out of them, you lead the club. You don't lead the club when you're still an asset to teams. Yes, Cristiano Ronaldo was still an asset, but he was past his best, and obviously still a world-class player, but they managed to recuperate a decent transfer fee for Cristiano Ronaldo, still in his 30s. So they got the best years out of the geezer, definitely, and they usually do get the best out of players before they sell them on. Occasionally they've sold a player on that maybe he's had some good years in them, but most of the time Real Madrid are the ones that never sell their top players. And I still think at 28 years of age, Raphael Varane has at least 2 or 3 levels at his peak. He's still at his peak, where he could give Real Madrid some good times still, and I'm not too sure. He could well still leave Real Madrid for Manchester United if he does choose to leave, but I'm still a bit sceptical of it, to be honest. But it is a deal that I would be happy with if Manchester United could get done. It's probably one of our number 1 priority centre-back position. The 3 main positions, centre-back, midfield and right wing, are the main issues for Manchester United in this transfer window. And with this Jadon Sancho one, which we're going to talk about now, is dragging on and on. That is a deal that maybe could get done quicker than this one, because if Real Madrid really, if he wants to leave, he's got 1 year left on his contract, and for 50 million, that's still a decent fee. You wouldn't want to go over that with 1 year left on his contract, because you could get him for free next summer. But the fact is, Manchester United need a centre back now, and to pay 50 million, if he was the difference between Manchester United potentially winning a trophy, whether that's the league, the Champions League, the FA Cup, or whatever it is, or getting better, getting him now would maybe be better to spend that 50 million than to get him for free next summer, because there is a massive gaping hole in that centre back position. So it's whether you want to buy the player, if he's going to take you to that next level. But taking us to that next level in the league's going from second to first, so it could be difficult. But that could be the signing that could make a lot of difference, because a centre back really can change everything for Manchester United. We've had games where maybe we could have won 1-0 and stuff, where we've letting goals, I mean, stupid goals given away because the defence wasn't good enough. And if you've then got to rely on your forwards to score a shit ton of goals, it is difficult. And we've seen with Ruben Diaz at Man City, made a lot of difference to them last season. We've seen Virgil van Dijk go in at Liverpool and make an absolute massive difference there. So these signings can make a huge difference. I'm not saying it's going to take Manchester United over the line in the league, but it can make that huge difference. And I would be definitely happy with £50 million signing. But with the Sancho one, would Manchester United spend 50 million on Varane and then spend the money that we're taught of for Jadon Sancho? I don't know, but if Manchester United could maybe sell the likes of Diogo Dalot, Jesse Lingard, maybe one or two other players this summer, we could probably recruit enough money to pay for the Varane deal. If Manchester United, even if Manchester United don't get what they want for these players, we usually got our pants pulled down. Say we only get 30 million for Jesse Lingard, or 25 million, 15 or so for Dalot. Maybe Andreas Pereira goes for maybe 10 million. You've then got enough money to pay for the Raphael Varane deal, so that is then free. And then you've still got enough money to pay. Manchester United got 150 million pounds, say Kitty, this summer. Then with what the reports are saying today, that Dortmund have given Manchester United a take it or leave it £77 million deal to sign Jadon Sancho plus add-ons. I'm not too sure exactly how much the add-ons are. I think it will take it to around 90 million, something like that. But if Manchester United have got this £150 million kitty, and we could sell a few players as well to pay for the Raphael Varane deal, then Manchester United would spend the majority of that kitty on Jadon Sancho. It's dragging on and on, this Jadon Sancho one, it really is. But if we could spend most of the £150 million on Jadon Sancho, then we've still got some money to spend on maybe a midfielder and potentially a right back, and the sales could then pay for the Raphael Varane deal to take Manchester United spending to around 200 million. That's if Manchester United are going to spend that with sales, which I think is feasible for Manchester United. But whether this does happen, this is the Glazers and fucking Ed Woodward and Manchester United. It remains to be seen whether this shit does actually happen. But if Manchester United got both Sancho and Raphael Varane, I think that would be a good transfer window start anyway. And then we've got to look at midfield and right back. In Manchester United want to get a right back. Probably a striker would be more of a priority for me than right back, but because we've still got players that can play in the right back position, because Wan-Bissaka doesn't get injured too often. He's fairly reliable in terms of his fitness level and can play a number of games. So if someone like Diogo Dalot has to come back to Manchester United and he's deputising in place of him, I wouldn't be too worried. Or if Ethan Laird or someone was the deputy there, I wouldn't be too concerned there anyway, because I think if Kieran Trippier comes in, he's not going to play a hell of a lot of games for Manchester United, with Wan-Bissaka being the priority at that position, unless he does change it up and goes for three at the back or some other shit, which he could do. We're not too sure what he's going to go with next season. We will have to wait and see. But getting these two deals over the line will be difficult, but it just seems to be dragging on and on with this Jadon Sancho fucking shit, and it doesn't seem to be getting any closer to me. The same shit is coming out every day. I'm looking in the newspapers and from journalists, what they're reporting, and I'm thinking that this is the same shit that they reported 3 or 4 days ago, but it's actually a new fucking article. They're just literally reporting the same stuff. So many of these journalists are saying that the deal is actually close to being done, but yet it seems it's so close but yet so far away to being done. It's incredible how long it's dragged on. I still believe that it will happen. Manchester United will probably just pay this 77 million plus the add-ons. I think they have up there amount they're willing to pay in one instalment, but they still want to pay too much of it in add-ons. But I think we are going to get closer, and eventually Manchester United will just say fuck it and get the deal done, because I don't think that Dortmund want to keep Jadon Sancho now, because he wants to leave Dortmund, and they seem to be looking for a new option to have on their right wing for next season. They don't want to keep an unhappy player, and they know that they can recruit that sort of money now. If they keep him season after season, his value will go down when his contract gets closer to its expiry. I'm not too sure how long he's got left on his contract, but there's no guarantee that he's gonna get that to that next level. I mean, he's still young and can still improve. His goals and assists are very, very good, but can he get a hell of a lot better than that? It remains to be seen. But even if he's this player that we see at this moment, he doesn't hit higher levels in the future, he's still a very, very good player, and I'm not quite sure why Gareth Southgate isn't even bringing him off the substitutes bench for England. But 20 odd assists and roughly 20 odd goals average in a season, even if he doesn't get to 30 goals and 30 assists in his prime, it's still a very good return, 20 goals and 20 assists. If he can hit them sort of numbers for Manchester United, that would be very, very good in the Premier League. That really would. So we will have to wait and see what he can do when he does come if he does come to Manchester United. But I'm confident that deal will get done. But I think the Raphael Varane deal could, if Manchester United want the guy and if he wants to come to Manchester United, could get done quicker than this Sancho deal. And there are a number of people that are saying that these deals won't get done while the Euros is on. Well, Memphis Depay has just signed for Barcelona and the fucking Euros are on. The deals can get done for Manchester United. It would just be that Manchester United have agreed a deal for Jadon Sancho, or Manchester United have agreed a deal for Raphael Varane, subject of a medical, and that after the fucking Euros, when England get knocked out, probably in the next week or so, England will be out, and then Sancho could sign for Manchester United if these deals happen. Raphael Varane might be a bit longer completing for Manchester United if we are to get him, because of his medical coming after the Euros, because France will probably get further than England in this competition. Well, fucking they should do. England are fucking dog shit, but we will have to wait and see. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on these couple of signings. I'm not too sure on the news on a midfielder. There hasn't really been a lot of talk, but most of the talk is around these two geezers coming to Manchester United, Raphael Varane and Jadon Sancho. Should we prioritise Raphael Varane over Sancho? I personally think just go bang and get fucking both of them. If both are available for Manchester United and they both want to come, just get both fuckers in, recruit some money from sales, and move forward with more. We've got to get this summer transfer right this time around, because if we fuck it up this time around, then we're going to go backwards again. And Manchester United have got themselves an okay team now. We just need to polish it off with 3 or 4 top signings just to take us to that level of challenging and potentially winning a league title. Because if we don't in this next year or two, then we're never going to win it with these players, because players will start to get old, and some will get frustrated and move on and whatever not. So anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Hopefully there'll be some news at some point whether Manchester United are signing players. A lot of clubs haven't yet signed players because of this Euros and whatnot, but hopefully some stuff will come out soon. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and if you're watching this on Facebook, please do hit the share button, and I'll talk to you all again soon. See you.